In the previous episode of the Skylanders Swap Force Lightcore Brightness Lock, we left that firefighter thinking only one thing.
Not the beast! Not the beast!
But now, with the title having been sorted within the first 10 seconds of the video, let's waste no more time and speak with Sharkfin here to head out for the Boney Islands. Because truly, not the bees! Anything but the bees! You know, a joke is as good as it is when you have to do it twice, just because the second time around it's even more hilarious than the first. Like, everyone knows that's how jokes work. It's not like it gets repetitive nor tedious or anything. So yes, definitely a different style of introduction this week, but I want to get straight into the joke. You know, who wants to hear about sparks and igniting the fires when we can just cut straight to the chase, am I right? I accidentally just made a shortcut reference right here. That's the thing, you can say absolute gibberish and somehow wind up still accidentally referencing a Skylander, because there's so damn many of them. Also, I'm going to turn my headset volume down now because it's a new session and the volume I had in my headset between sessions had increased because I was playing games in between. And so naturally I need the volume a little bit lower for these recording sessions so I can hear myself speak whilst I commentate, but when I'm playing games to remain immersed I have my headset volume that little bit louder. What game was I playing specifically even? I was playing a game called Control where I press the triangle button a lot like I just did because hey, who wants to worry about the deep steering, just skip over it instead. Now I'm alright. But yes, Control, very awesome game. It takes full advantage of the fact that you are playing a game because the main protagonist is kind of like being controlled by an external force, but you are the external force. It's unbelievably immersive. It's just very cool, the premise of the game and how they incorporate your control into it. It's literally the name of the game. And it's a shame really, because it was a very overlooked game, at least in terms of sales, because it came out on the same day as Pokemon Sword and Star Wars Fallen Order. Yeah, that's hard competition to compete with, just because Star Wars is such a big name, and as is Pokemon. And which is funny, what's funny about all that even is that Control is better than both those games combined. At least in my personal opinion. And this is coming from someone who likes Star Wars Fallen Order. I thoroughly enjoyed that game as well, even. Well, that sure is inconvenient. This level could have been like 5 minutes long with no caravan sections if it weren't for the fact that the frickin' bridge was on fire. That is the most inconvenient bridge on fire in the history of most inconvenient bridges on fire, which is really saying something considering how long and rich that their history is. Okay, Frozen Fossil Lane. Ooh, not really that interested by it. Cold Spear, get it? Because they have spears, and it's cold because it's an ice level. Haha, comedy gold. Anyway, the game really wants us to play as Blast right now, which I have no problems with whatsoever because his bees are pretty bees, which is pretty alliterative, so I'm quite proud of that one. But yeah, a fascinating story about the cousins of bees. I don't know why I call them cousins, I'm not sure if they are at all similar besides the fact that they sting you, and that's because wasps exist, and boy do I hate them. Especially since, if I was to be stung by one, then there is a chance that I could have a very severe allergic reaction to it and go into shock, purely because I have a very interesting story behind this, actually. When I was about, I think I was maybe 2 years old at best, so I was very, very young. And naturally, you know, I was kicking around a football in what was at the time my aunt's new house because she was just getting engaged for the first time to, of course, my step-uncle, my uncle through marriage. So my mum was helping my aunt move into this new house of theirs, and I was out there in their back garden kicking around a ball, and I wound up kicking the ball into the garden shed. But what the house owners did not tell my aunt when she got the house is that inside of the garden shed was a wasp's nest. So what wound up happening is that because I kicked the ball into the shed and threw the ball in there, I wound up disturbing the wasp's nest, and then I got stung 53 times. Yeah, my mum's just there helping my aunt unpack, and the next thing she knows, she hears me screaming in the garden, so they come running to find out what's happened. And luckily for me, my aunt is an ambulance driver, so you know, she was able to just very quickly rush me to hospital due to her being staff there, and naturally they were able to remove the 53 stings that were all over my body, and then of course animal control was called up afterwards, and oh boy did the previous house owners get a mouthful from my aunt, as they deserve, because when you know, are selling a house, I think it's quite useful to disclose the information that there's a wasp's nest in the shed. So yes, I wound up getting stung by 53 wasps, and it was a miracle that I didn't wind up going into shock. But because of that, it has, you know, made the chance of me going into shock from getting stung by a wasp even more high. You know, I've had a nasty allergy to it because of it, you know, so that's why I need to avoid wasps like the plague. Which is why it's a damn good thing that these are bees right now. And I'm glad I'm not that villager in Animal Crossing New Horizons with all of them wasps that tend to sting them. Yeah, just interesting story about my childhood, that one. You know, I now have a nasty, severe reaction to any wasp stings that I could have because of getting stung by 53 of them at a young age. Okay, here we go, let's defeat these guys though on a more lighter note. You know, enough of talking about how a wasp sting could fucking kill me. Let's worry about, you know, these enemies who have to deal with the bees! Yeah, bees, they be lethal is what they be, especially when, you know, they're getting that honey from the honey eyes enemies, mind you, which are slow as well, so their chances of actually being able to attack you with their decreased movement speed is incredibly slim. Anyway, the water element has popped up, which means we've got to go for the giant representative of water element, none other than Chill, a character which we haven't seen for a while even, because water was completely absent in all of the desert levels. In fact, the last time we saw the water element was in Mudwater Hollow. What's so cyclopsy about it anyway? Oh, that's a word. Cyclopsy. I like that word now. I think I've now found a new favourite word. Okay, let's defeat this fool then without further ado. Yeah, they shoot straight, so long as you're not within their straight line of sight, you'll be fine. Either way, I've realised that I've probably been missing a bunch of collectible thingamabobs for the middle side this entire time, but at this point I've gotten past the point of caring. I still haven't unlocked any of the charms that I want to unlock, and it's big sad at this point. Ouch. It'd also be big sad if I lose Chill right here, so it's time to initiate concentration mode. Why are they still speedy? Yeah, Spellpunk Thingamabob is dead. There you go, now as are they. But yeah, Chill's health has definitely seen better days. This better be exciting. I'm putting Chill's life on the line here, so if it's not exciting, then that's just a nasty anti-payoff. You know, it's the opposite of a payoff, it's a letdown. Okay, we've now got Chompy Frost Flowers. Okay, here we go. We're getting them slowly but surely, baby. Goodbye, stupid Chompy Pod thing with Bobs. And ooh, bright light. I like bright light. In the relic room. Ooh, how interesting. So we're gonna, you know, get the gold from this chest because why the heck not, right? Not like I got much better to do. Okay, here we go. I have no idea whether that was right. That was incredibly wrong. The whole idea is to avoid the fans, not to get hit by them. Okay, there you go. I was successful with green at least. Okay, now I've got to be successful with blue. That is not what being successful with blue looks like. Not at all. There you go. That's more like it. Okay, here we go. We've got to hit the fans this time. There you go. So now I've gone and got myself a green spark. So now all I got to do is get myself that blue spark and we'll be all set. There you go. The blue spark, 'tis mine, and now the two can reunite. How heartwarming. Regardless of all that, now that we have synchronized sliding, let's be grabbing the fruits of our labour. And by fruits I mean gold. I'll take gold over fruits any day, because with gold I can buy fruits, but with fruits I can't exactly buy gold now, can I? You know, it's not exactly a two-way relationship, that one. Or better yet, I'll have fruit made of gold that's edible gold. So, edible gold is actually a thing, which is what's so funny. So there's a popsicle right there, that's good, because, you know, as I've said already, Chill's health has seen better days, and man, that was one nutritious popsicle. Never seen a more nutritious popsicle in my life. And believe it or not, I've seen a lot of nutritious popsicles, so that's really saying something. No, not really, that was what we call in the old business sarcasm. Anyway, my depth perception is failing me, so I was unable to push that very successfully. One could go as far to say, most notably me, because my mouth's opening and words are coming out. So as soon as we come out of this bright corridor, even, we're going to get ambushed by enemies, so I've got to be prepared for that. Yeah, the main difference between the Wii port and this one is, first of all, this one looks a lot better, and second of all, the Wii port doesn't have as many enemy ambushes. So yeah, there's like, how can we make this game better for every system than it is for the Wii? Oh, I know, let's just randomly have enemies ambush you left, right, and centre. Boom, improvement. And that's when you know your game is better. You know your game is better when you have enemy ambushes left, right, and centre. Okay, here we go. We have the Curator's office, as well as a caravan section coming up, which a lot of you have made bets that I'm going to die there. So we're about to see if you guys were correct in that or whatnot. I mean, I did die to the turret section in the previous levels, so I'm quite happy with my chances. Plus, the caravan section is of the air element anyway, and I think the air elemental characters are probably the two worst of the entirety of the Locke, so... Really what I'm saying ultimately here is, who cares if we lose them, right? I think 0 people are invested in the character arc of Warnado, this fine series right here. I can't believe I just said character arc as if he has one. Okay, so let's be heading out for bright glow thing. I keep saying bright rather than bright for some reason. Okay, so let's be firing up right here. Yeah, take that, you stupid wall. That's what you get for getting in my way. Never seen an ice wall deserve to be shot more than that one right there. Like seriously, if any ice wall deserves to be shot, it was that one right there, is all I'm gonna say. Okay, air element. Let's bring in Warnado without further ado, the Air Assault Force representative. Speaking of which, air is actually an element that we haven't seen much of recently either, as well as water. Okay, let's shoot that guy. I would say in the face, but I'm not confident it has one. Okay, here we go. That means blasting. Okay, boom, boom, and shake the room some more with my epic blast of epicness. Okay, there goes all of them too. Unfortunately for me, when it comes to the turret sections, that was the easy one of this level. So yes, we didn't lose one here, but there's still, you know, more difficulties to come, unfortunately. But I'm not going to say no to this gold right here, regardless of whether Warnado is fully maxed out on gold or whatnot. That's what's so funny though, the fact that I say these air Lightcores are the worst ones, and yet air is one of the only elements from the Lightcore Locke that I have completely maxed out both of the characters on. Air and I believe both of the fire ones are fully maxed out as well, purely because my playtime on Smolder Dash, Lightcore Smolder Dash, must be cursed. Like, I don't even want to look at how, you know, long her playtime is. Let's just say the entirety of the MCU Saga's runtime, don't got nothing on that. I don't even want to see what the playtime is, because if I do, I might just make the entirety of the universe implode. Okay, there goes that guy at long last. Okay, we gotta get this guy next, that's what we gotta do. Boom, baby, just like that. I believe there's more museum souvenirs over here. Yes, I believe so correctly. Whether we've collected all of them thus far, I have no clue. But we've collected 2 before at least, and that's, you know, a minimum. You go as far to say. Okay, boom, let's grab all the gold. You can't go wrong with the gold. And now we've got plenty of enemies too, you know, just for good measure. I mean, I have no idea why you ground pounded there. I did not press the, I did not hold the attack button even, I simply pressed it. And last time I checked, to press was not a hold. Anyway, let's kill that guy with a block. It's one very conveniently placed block, you could even go as far as saying. And hey, we even have a nutritious popsicle for later on, should we need it. No, my look, that's exactly what I'll wind up needing. Probably, anyway. Okay, sweet, we got him. Okay, Fire Gear Golem, do me a favour and just stay right there, would you? Thank you, Fire Gear Golem, man. That's much appreciated. Boom. Okay, I take it back. It would appear that Warnado has gone through a character arc. He has gone from being bad to just meh, in my personal opinion. How's that for a character arc? Now that he mentions it, I could go for a pecan log as well, to be honest. By the way, I'm pretty sure it's just a treasure chest back here rather than a museum souvenir, but it's always worth checking out because the collectibles in this level confuse me. Yep, just a treasure chest. But hey, that's 3 of 5. I'm not doing too bad at that, if I were to say so myself. Okay, why won't this guy just die? There you go, he's dead. That's more like it. Ouch. You know what, taking that icicle to the face was all part of the plan. If I didn't take the icicle to the face, then Warnado would be cursed to have died right here. And despite the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of Warnado, I still don't want him to die. I don't want any Skylanders to die. Okay, let's be heading on to the block right here. Sweet. Then again, because Warnado isn't the biggest fan favourite, he's going to live on forever. It's only the fan favourites that I have a habit of killing off. So next thing you know, I'm going to be killing off Drobot next, because he's a fan favourite. Why do I speak? Why did I say that? What is wrong with me? Yeah, I wish I could literally zip up my mouth right now, but unfortunately having a zip closed mouth is biologically impossible. Well, it's not biologically impossible, however, it's finding this museum souvenir back here, don't mind if I do. Okay, the key thing about this spin right here is that it's not fast-paced, okay? It has a really slow cooldown, and, you know, it's very direction-based, so if you want to change your direction mid-spin, you can't. So therefore, people could use that as an excuse, oh, Warnado's fast-paced because he has that spin ability. Nope! I disagree with that, which therefore makes it wrong, because everyone knows that if your opinion is anything other than mine, then it's wrong. In fact, having opinions on the internet as is a sin. So I can't believe I'm even expressing an opinion right now. How dare I? Dislike the video, I deserve it for that. Oh, enemies! Yeah, we're not going to fight those guys, we're just going to advance already. Because as always, I fight guys that you don't need to fight now, alright? Okay, so let's continue to push these into place. A-boom, baby! I just felt like saying that, so I said it. Deal with it all the same, in words of mighty tough luck. If only she said deal with it all the same, because that's the one thing that could have made Tough Luck even more epic. Not that she was epic to begin with, but still, that would take her epicness and make it existent at the very minimum. She'd go from being anti-epic to at least a little epic. But no, it's just deal with it. That's it. And it's dull and boringness that I always wind up referencing anyway, because I say deal with it a lot, naturally speaking. Either way, it's Drobot's turn, because it's the tech representative from Giants. I would say sorry to these enemies, but I'm not sorry, so that would be a lie. Boom! Drobot, why are you this much fun? You have no business being as much fun as this, and yet you are. Oh no, guys who can only shoot straight. Oh, whatever will I do? Oh, I know, maybe stand somewhere where they can't shoot me? Yeah, I like that plan, that's a good plan. Oh, they can slightly maneuver around and slightly shoot anything other than straight. But still, now as you can tell, I'm behind them and they had no chance of ever, you know, maneuvering around to hit me right now. It's a shame though, really, because Swap Force is easily Drobot at his weakest, but even then he's still dumb stupid broken. Like, a weak Drobot is still the equivalent of a super duper buffed up Skylander of any other name. I mean, he's just too good for crying out loud. Ouch. You know what? Taking those blasts to the face was all part of the plan. Okay, here we go. He's going down now. That's the plan anyway. Oh boy, that's not good. I almost died to an icicle. That would have been humiliating. Just moments after talking about how broken Joebot is, losing him. That's not going to be ideal, so let's try to avoid that exact scenario that I just created in my head and said out loud. Anyway, I believe the final museum souvenir is found around these parts, so let's go grab it, shall we? Boom, boom, shake of the room. I was indeed correct in the statement that I made a few seconds ago. Thank heavens this is not superchargers. If it was, then I'd be brown bread right now, which is slang for fucking dead, so... That's one thing I don't want to be. Oh, let's grab all this gold as well as a popsicle, a nice nutritious one at that. I mean, I've said it before and I will say it again, it makes no sense that food heals up Joebot. I think it would make so much more sense to be so much more cooler if Joebot was instead healed up by things like gears or gold, metal, you know, stuff that maybe improved his armor rather than him having health that was healed up by organic food. Because he is... Then again, I say that, he is technically biological because he's simply wearing a suit that is robotic, whereas he does have a soft biological underbelly. But characters that are robotic only without the biological elements, unlike Joebot, you know, characters like Charge, for example, should have exactly that, where they're healed up by, like, metal and gears, and they have armor rather than health. Because honestly, I forgot that Joebot had his soft little underbelly for a moment there. You know, simply a mechanical suit protecting his dragon scales. A bit like the armor ring from Race to the Edge. Like how the armor ring, of course, has his soft, scaleless dragon body, and then that's protected by some armor that it forges itself. Oh, what annihilation right here. Boom, baby. Okay, I have a plan. Rather than taking some hits to the face from that loose cannon right there, which shares its name with the Transformers Prime episode, let's instead just, you know, avoid that altogether. I like that plan. Also a plan where I avoid the lasers too. Okay, sweet. There goes that guy. Now I'm going to grab this key over here as well. Sweet. And luckily for us, there's another popsicle waiting for us, which is exactly what we're going to need heading into this final caravan section over here. I've never wanted food more in my entire life than this exact moment right here, right now. So if now all of them keys haven't been grabbed. And going back to what I was talking about previously about the Transformers Prime episode named Loose Cannons is a decent one. I mean, it's the first time we see Wheeljack since the first season, so that's cool. Because Wheeljack's an awesome character in Prime. You know, at first he was very limited, but then in Season 3 he became a main cast member. But either way, Wheeljack just had a really, really unique and fun personality that I thoroughly enjoyed watching. So seeing that unfold in Loose Cannons and just the chemistry that it has with Prime, just for two being at odds with one another, is really, really fun to watch. Even though it is one of the more weaker episodes of the second season, with it being a little less creative and it being a little more action-driven rather than good for character development, except for the character development of that of Wheeljack. But Wheeljack is ultimately the only character that winds up developing. Either way, I really need food right now. Again. Oh! Ask and you shall receive, I suppose. Yeah, let's take down these fools right here, thinking that they can just stand in our way. They can't. Thinking they can stand in our way is a lie. A lie, I tell you. I've weighed our T-Rex cannons, and there's nothing more terrifying than a T-Rex cannon, so we're going to destroy it. T-Rex cannon, be gone! Haha, no more T-Rex cannon. Okay, we'll watch out for mines too while we're at it. Okay, what we got here? Plenty of gold to go around, it seems. And more caravans, just for good measure, as well as for loose cannons, which are definitely the biggest threats in these sections. Okay, here you go. Mines everywhere. Ouch. Like that one. Woo! Woo! No idea how we didn't die, we just didn't. Oh boy, let's not jinx this. You know, it's not over yet. Far from it. Okay, is that food? Yes! Thank you, game! Food coming in clutch. Man, this game is very generous with its food, I've noticed, and now I'm not moaning at all about that. Okay, watch out for the spikes right there, the wooden spikes. Ha! Take that! Those of you who thought I was gonna lose characters at the turret sections, ha! Take that! Boom, let's go, no losses. Man, I'm pumped about that. I pressed the be good at the video game button, and it truly is nothing more satisfying than pressing the be good at the video game button, even though the game has glitched out again and didn't give me the no Skylanders defeated objective. Clearly no Skylanders were defeated. I got close several times, but close doesn't count now, does it? So yeah. Don't we just love ourselves a traditional Skylanders glitch, right? And it's funny how that glitch has occurred twice in the same series, this series. Oh wait, let's press the death button on the video game for the skip button. You know, the only button that is superior to that of the be good at the video game button. So yeah, we still have 14 characters heading into Winter Keep, and then we have Winter Keep, we have Frostless Mountains and Mesmeralda, then we have Phantasm Forest, which, that one I'm most certainly worried about. Like those turret sections, if you thought the ones leading up to that were hard, you ain't seen nothing yet. So Phantasm Forest I'm actually fearful of. But then we have Chaos's Fortress, and then the 2 boss fights and the 2 Adventure Pack levels. So all I'm saying here is that we are set to win this thing. But hopefully, and having said that, I haven't just jinxed myself, because that would be tragic. Aye, I'll do that, but I believe there's a hat in wait for me, and I want it because it's going to look cool. And that hat that I was speaking of is right back here. Well, I just made it very easy to sync up because that controller made a whole lot of noise as I went side to side, swish! Anyway, we're going to wear the Puma hat because I think it's going to look pretty cool. I was right! Well, the fact that the Puma hat kind of sparks up because we can see the little light from the Lightcore element of Drobot. And actually, whilst we're here, let's see what Tuk has to offer. Aye, I like that plan too, so let's see what we got here. Loads and loads of hats, but not many of these are superior to one I have already, except for that, where was it? Fancy Ribbon. But except from that, they don't have much to offer, and I believe the same can be said for, well, actually no, that's completely wrong. There's this, the Crustaceous Cloths. And then there's some bonus mission maps, which we can't afford. And by can't afford, I mean they're still not unlocked yet. Same with the Life Elixir, which is just plain tragic. That would be very useful right now, but we need Portal Master rank 19 to access it. And the chances of us getting to that rank anytime soon is pretty slim. Anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to head on back to the Tibbet's pedestal back here in order to swap out the legendary treasure for that new one we just acquired. Revolved around the 20 maximum health increase. Yeah, here you go. 20 maximum health increase. Okay, let's shoot on back on over. And before I end up the episode, I'm actually going to go and get that fancy ribbon so that then Drobot can have an increase of 40 maximum health. You know, we're never cutting this close ever again, in other words, because that 40 health could be the difference between victory and defeat. I can't wait to see that. So where is my fancy ribbon over here? Ah, there it is. Sweet. We're going to wear it. Well, that Puma was glorious for the 5 seconds we had it on, but this fancy ribbon, you know, that's just something all on its own. But at that, I'll be seeing you guys in the next episode of the Skylanders Swap Force Lightcore Brightness Arc. And for now, we get to stare down Drobot with his awesome new hat. Regardless, until that next episode arises, peace!